All right, you guys, let's have some fun tonight. We're gonna do a little drawing here, as we do. If you've never joined us before for this, we encourage you to join us, draw along with us. All you have to do is just get a piece of paper, the back of an envelope, a pen, pencil.
All this talk of adultitis makes me want to say, if you've watched this more than 3 times and you have not tried to ever draw it, you might have adultitis. Oh, I hate judging you. I hate judging you. It's more of an observation. It's not a judgment. I'm just saying that could be a thing. So, like, literally grab something right now and just try it. You don't even have to email it to us. Just do it for yourself, right?
Just for yourself. Yeah. No one has to see it. It's all good. All
right. Is that me?
No, I think that's a good point. Okay. I think that's a good point. That was, a good point of that is when we're all 5 years old and you ask, like, is anyone in here an artist?
Yeah.
Everyone raises their hand.
Right.
If you're in high school and you ask the same question, a fraction of the people have their hand up. And here's what I think happens is when we get older, we add words to that question. So we hear, is anyone in here an artist? Does anyone here draw? And what we hear is anyone in here a good artist? You
add good without it even being there.
And so if you don't think you're a good artist, you don't raise your hand. But that doesn't make you not an artist, right? And so I think we need to let go of that idea of that we have to be good at something, especially if we're just starting. So let us begin here. Now the first step is going to be kind of an interesting sideways S shape. All right, so I'm going to draw it, and then you can kind of mimic me here. All right, so that's probably the most complicated part of this drawing tonight, and doesn't have to be perfect, but it's just sort of a it's a sideways skinny S, isn't it?
Yeah. Looks like the S hook I bought for our plants the other day.
Yeah, there you go. So now we're going to we're going to start on this end, and we're going to draw a little line, and we're going to go to about here. We're not going to go all the way. All of a sudden, it kind of reminds me of a Nike swoosh, right? And then we're going to connect it on this side. We're going to leave a space in the middle and kind of do the same thing on this side, okay?
Got some good guesses coming in already.
Yep, it should... we should figure it out pretty quickly. Okay, now we're going to draw a couple lines down like this. Now it's almost starting to look like the pi symbol.
Yeah.
You see that?
By the way, Kate Bartell said this is her first time drawing tonight.
All right.
Yay! That's awesome. Good for you. Victory. Victory.
There we go. That's for you, Kate. All right, now we're going to draw... here we go. Bump outs.
Bump outs.
We're going to draw bump outs.
I wish there was ability to have like a word that pops up. Like the technology would be like bump out, colon.
Yeah. Again, a
small bump that goes
I try to
out.
avoid the technical terminology, but sometimes you just have to put it out there. A bump out. And then we're going to do one on this side too. 2 bump outs. All right. Then we're going to do a line. A little curved line like that. Got it. And then another one on the other side. Okay.
I think people are getting it.
People are figuring it out. Yep. It's good. All right. Now we're going to draw a line from up diagonal, up like there. And then we will do the same thing again on the other side. All right. Now we're going to connect those 2 lines, close that loop, and you can start to see what we got going on here for sure. We've got a it's like a fancy pi sign. Got a little wiggly at the bottom, right?
Right.
All right, now we're going to draw an oval at the top. And this is, we're drawing a monkey here.
Oh, it is.
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Okay, draw a little oval at the top. And then we'll put some ears in there. And I like to make my ears kind of big.
Cute.
Monkey.
Pam says this would be a great brain break in her classroom.
And
the good news, Pam, is that there are how many?
Well, this will be number 60, I think.
So we have 60 Let's Draw segments on our YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/escapeadulthood, there is a playlist called Let's Draw, and there's a 60, which is exciting.
All right, now I'm going to draw a little face in here. And put some eyes in here. And this is kind of fun. You can play around with however you want your little monkey to look. Put a little smile there and a little nose up here. Aww. And I love drawing on my little monkey with a little curl on the top.
Oh, that's so cute.
Just to make him freaking adorable. So that's how I roll. Okay, then underneath that, we're going to draw an oval.
Oh, he's jumping up? No. What's going on? A shadow?
And then we're going to draw a line down.
Oh.
Line down, like that.
I got stumped on that one.
And then a couple lines in the middle here. And this is our little barrel, right?
Which someone mentioned that. A barrel,
right?
A barrel with Jennifer. A barrel full of them.
And this is going to be fun, too. Then we'll draw a little line up at the top. And we're going to draw the little pennants, little flags. And so those are just like some V's. Just do a series.
I'm a big fan of pennants.
Yeah, it's very whimsical.
It is. Put a couple pom-poms on the bottom of each of those triangles.
Oh, it's whimsy fest. Ridiculous. Out of control. All right, then I'm gonna draw some stuff in here. What kind of got any comments popping up here?
Well, Stephen wondered if he was going to be levitating. I was kind of right there with you, Stephen. So
technically he is.
Yes,
he just doesn't have a shadow. He's got this. He's above.
I'm not sure what this means, but maybe you do because you have more cultural knowledge than I do, and sometimes. But Paul says I'm picturing a Keith Haring.
Oh yeah. Keith Haring is a pop artist.
Okay.
I think he was in the 80s. He's no longer with us, but he did if you saw his art, you'd recognize it. He did a lot of series of kind of whimsical little dudes. Huh. Yeah, it's very graphical.
What kind of work was it on? Was it on products?
Or was they did a lot of licensing with his stuff. He was a fine artist, but his stuff ended up being licensed on a lot of different things because it was very whimsical.
Okay.
And pretty cool.
Nice. Interesting. And Elle says it's like a ninja monkey. That's cute. That was weird. It went full screen there for a minute.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, that was strange. Interesting. Oh, Jennifer knows Keith Haring too. I gotta look him up.
Yeah.
Man.
And then we'll let's see. I'm gonna bring in some yellow.
And Jenna drops the link, herring.com.
There you go.
There you go. Now y'all can check it out, right?
That's what Jenna is.
She's on it.
You've heard of Johnny on the Spot? She's Jenna on the spot.
Yeah, that's good. That'd be a good t-shirt for her, right? I know, Stephen. I saw that. The drawing kind of disappeared for a minute, but I'm assuming it's back and you're seeing what we're seeing. Yes, it's back. So
all right, so there's our little guy. Now we'll do couple little details, and this may or may not work depending on what you're using as your app. Then this is, of course, Procreate. People ask about that all the time. So if I'm looking at adding a little bit more of a plastic feel, I'll pick one side and I'll imagine the light coming from one side, and I'll kind of draw lighter little spots where the light would be hitting. So basically everything on the right side here.
Oh, that's cool.
Kind of play that little mind game of where would the light be hitting. And then you can do the opposite, where if you get a darker color and do the opposite side, and what works really good about this is because these little monkeys are pretty shallow, right? They're really not very voluminous.
Yeah.
That's the right word. And so just doing this little touch gives you that feel of like they're almost flat, but they are three-dimensional.
Wow, that does add a lot.
Right? Just a little.
Yeah, I like that.
Just those little bits.
That's cool.
And then we'll throw in a little motion.
Oh, yes.
So we'll kind of add some little motion lines here so that this guy is having a party.
I love him.
All
and
right.
Christy Ward, who works with 4 and 5-year-olds, says, or the 4 and 5-year-old class does a Keith Haring project each year, and one kid poses a velociraptor.
That's pretty cool. All right. Well, if you guys, if you drew this, we would love to see it. We do not pass any judgment. Even if it's the worst drawing in the world, it makes me so happy when someone shares it because it reminds me of a little kid putting it on the kitchen refrigerator in the kitchen.
And what really is the worst drawing in the world, right? It's like it's
I've yet to find one.
I know.
I've yet
exactly.
to see one. We get all kinds of
it.
different drawings. So send it to kj@escapeadulthood.com. We would love to see it. And speaking of which, there you go. There's the email, kj@escapeadulthood.com.
Yes. Oh, Steven.
We got some cool ones.
This one you like combined some. That's what I love about Steven. He like has access to all of Jason's work in his head, and he combines the macaroon suck up cow art.
Yep.
With the Stonehenge. Come on, Steven.
Pretty rad.
Amazing.
Then Jennifer Tackett, she's always got a fun
so
spin on things. She made dessert. She made Stonehenge into a little dessert.
Wonder Marty's serving them up, right?
Pretty good.
Adorable.
Tracy has got her little ice cream sandwiches
Martys.
there, and
little panda sticker peeking out there, photobomb.
Yep, looks like she's got her little Tinker journal there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, yes.
And then, last but not least, for this week is Martha Henderson.
Holding
hands, levitating. I'm in love with this little drawing.
This one, I want this on a t-shirt, Martha. I really do. How they have their little hands together.
Speaking of Martha, she points out self-judgment on drawing equals adultitis.
Yes,
right? So we're talking about how do you get rid of the adultitis-ridden people in your life and deal with them. One of the first things you need to do is look in the mirror and realize if you're judging yourself on freaking drawing, I mean, come on. That's a first step that you may have some adultitis.
Oh, I love that one so much, Martha.
Pretty good. So please send your creation to kj@escapeadulthood.com. Maybe it'll show up on next week's show. We'll see.